literally cough started. We live? We live? Hold on. Making this in. Oh, it's loading. It's loading. I can hear myself. So hey, tell him, Tony. Tony, come here. You be on stream too. What up, chat? Actual up chat. Hold on, dog. Let's be on. Wanna say hi to some Tony? Can I pick you up? Come here. Alright, she'll kill him later, whatever. Alright, so we are actually going live today. For the first time ever in like a week or whatever. Let me get everything set up while you guys are sinking in. Then let me just live. I'm literally on the YouTube stream app right now. Live. Whatever, I'll thinking in a second. I should be waiting to do that. Whatever. So, for you guys that haven't left in the 2 seconds of me fumbling that around today, we are going over every Fantome that's been revealed so far. All freaking 4 of them. There's like 40 slides here, so yeah, it's going to be a lot. Did not think I'd be doing this as an actual video just because started off as like these org reveals, but we got more and more and more. And yeah, now I've got literally 40 slides to go over, so yeah, let's hop on into it. Real quick, let me just send out messages while you guys are getting synced up. Feel free to say hi in the chatty chat as I completely messed up. Don't worry about it. I said completely messed that up. There we go. Everyone go here. Everyone go chat. If you're new, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Let me know if you enjoy this kind of stream. Because, you know, now do it some more. Boop. Sending out the things. Twitter. Put up on yields. Where's the Discord? Why is there not one for Discord? Whatever, I'm linking it. We're doing it that way. Post it on the groups everyone cares about. Vanguards, right? I never know if I want to post things on Vanguardians or Vanguards because it's just like both. But I'll put it on Vanguardians, see what happens. Revealing. Okay, mouse, shut up. Thank you. This new mouse button I have is way too sensitive. It goes at 9 billion miles per hour while I'm trying to edit stuff. Should I get some music on? Hold on. Nah. Comment in the thingy thing if you want to put some music on these streams, or if you just want to hear me talking raw. So I feel like podcast length stuff you don't need that for, but, you know. I just need to drop that on Discord. There you go. Tell him, Tony. Dude, I low-key... Hold on, good shit, good shit. Tony, you're being a lot right now. Thank you. I low-key just opened up my YouTube app and just started for Moko. So, that's all I need to say about that. Why? Alright, we're almost done, almost done. There we go. That's how I post on Discord. Also, people in the playback, and let me know later. Like, I know a lot of people have Discord channels set up for their channels. I haven't really done that because I'm just part of a bunch of Discord. Let me know if you want like a dedicated Rayon Skywarriors Discord for stuff. I don't know. Feels like a weird thing to start for just a single channel, but whatever. If I'm cool enough, I'm cool enough. Paste that. And one more group. Videos. Bet. And there we go. I think I get to my chat this way. There it is. Okay, we've got to chat this way. So, let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, those of you guys just joining in, we are going over all the Fantomes today because I was originally going to do Zorga and then this happened. So, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pick a random one first. We'll do Zorga first? We'll do Zorga first. We'll do Zorga first. That's the one I was originally going to do. So, here's the starter. Let me fix Windows. Completely blew that. There we go. That's how we do this, ladies and gentlemen. Here is our starting Vanguard. The most starting Vanguard of all starting Vanguards. The Reddit poster. Not much else I need to say about that. Zorga seems to be a deck where starter doesn't matter, so run whatever, but funny Reddit. God, I have to, just because I'm going to have to click through all this stuff. Oh, not being in order. Not being in order. I guess I should actually go over what these decks do first before I actually go into a specific thing. So the Fantomes are basically just like alternate reality versions of some of the cards that we know before. And they're mostly powered up by these Crimson Moonlight cards, which are kind of like the whole mask gimmick from Days of Old. Basically, you have this order, Crimson Moonlight, and then there's another one that's like Crimson Moonlight Jr. Where'd you go? Let's see if this works out. Oh, I can click with free frames. I can literally just open every single one of these frames, but yeah. This and the other one are essentially the same card. Just like a slight difference there. One thing is that this rare one's going to be a lot easier to get than the double rare one, but because that is slightly limited, first of all, is regarded as the other card, so you cannot run both of them. You have to run one or the other, just like a combination of them, the two, whatever. But I'm trying to find the one thing. There's like this, I believe. I think this is really the only restriction to it. And I'm checked top 5 skill, the first skill. Because on the original one, it just says, like, if you don't find anything, you get to draw a card. But this one says if you don't find anything, sucks to suck. But other than that, I believe the two cards are the same, which is kind of good. Like, I want to say they did this for the whole limitation thing. Those guys that I may have seen recently. Can we just do this? Actually, I'm going to get rid of chat window. Chat window, you turn into this now. Awesome. What was I saying? So what happens when I record live? Perfect. Yeah, twofold thing on the whole two moons issue. Obviously, this one's fancier, this one's the correct one or whatever, but I think they designed it this way so that lately, like one of the most recent streams, Bushro announced that they're lowering number of boxes per case or number of packs per box or something like that. Shadowverse did something similar, which, I haven't really played Shadowverse in a while, so I don't know what to say about that. But as far as I know, the game's still cheap enough to play whatever. This is also doubleware, so it shouldn't be too hard to get. In addition to that, they are now doing a little campaign for the set where you get potentially doubleware, so that could take a slot or whatever. But yeah, I think this having both a rare and a doubleware means you have 2 chances to get the same card effectively. So if you're not able to pull your Crimson Moonlights, you still want to play a deck, or just want to build one on a budget, cool, you can play the Fake Moon. It still counts, it's whatever. But outside of that, future proofing. Future-proofing, future-proofing, future-proofing. I think that minor anime spoilers without really spoiling anything. So far, the good guys are doing pretty good. They have beat more Fantomes than they've lost to, so that guy's got stepped up second half of the season. There's going to be some sort of gimmick that says you can use both. That's all there is to it. Actual card skills, though, I should probably go over the skill after talking about it. Like I said, it has a check top 5 ability, reveal a card, and if you did not reveal, you get to draw a card. Isn't that cool? Then if you reveal the card, you either get to summon it if it's equal to your Vanguard, greater or lower, or if you get another Crimson Moon card like this, then just add to your hand. So either way, 3+1. Ultimately, you probably want to start using this on turn 2 if you can fetch them, or just hard open them, but these also, as alluded to right down here by the whole bound shenanigans of these continuous abilities, these are meant to be bound by your Vanguard skills. Spoilers, like most of the cards we're going to talk about today are going to have a bind this card and do a thing skill. So, yeah. Basics, continuous, can't be bound other than Fantome. Bind zone can't be moved anywhere. Damage zone goes top. I like this one. I like the fact that if you had damage 1, as long as you don't counterblast it, put your top card in the deck and just heal it to the drop zone. So you do have it ready almost from every zone possible. Not bad. Like I said, the other moon is effectively going to do the exact same thing. Get out of there. I deleted them! Oh no! There's Moon Jr. Alright, let's carry on from here. I believe we talked about Zorga, but like, honestly, random slideshow. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, we are talking Zorga stuff first. Find me some Zorga ride lines. There's Zorga ride line. God, I have way too many cards revealed. Don't zoom in on you. Don't zoom on you. Don't zoom. Why did you zoom? Couldn't agrees. Why did you zoom? Show me grade 1 Rancor. There he is. Swear to God, I'm going to have to reset these every single time. It's so annoying. Nope. Nope. I don't know why it's not changing to the one I set to. Let's do... Let's keep it on that. See if I can change it that way. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, there we go. That was super annoying. Alright, so grade 1 for the ride line. We have reimagined Vanguard Chain. This was like one of the best cards in the game for Stokea. This was a card I keep on ranting about for like 10 bajillion decks. As long as you run an order thing, you could just run this card. And slightly different now that is a Spaceman Robot Man. Was placed from riding up a grade 0, reveal your grade 3 Zorga from ride line, and put the order token into the order zone, because of course you do. This is a brand deck. You always get an order for your grade 1. What that order does is kind of the key of the deck. Let's go ahead and hope that's right there. Hi, Zorga. Whee! We do this every time. I do this every single time, but I don't care. You guys do a nice little slideshow every time I do stuff. There you are. Alright, so that is the token. Goes in your token deck, just like in Leolodium, like in Impaldio, other decks I don't feel like naming because it was like the first 2 ones I saw. But it's going to chill out in your order zone as set order. Cannot write anything except for Zorga. Oh no. And order zone, once per turn, rest this. Call your gimmick thing, the demonic beast, Alka Magic Body, Ubermensch token to rear guard. Not much to say about it. It's token doing token things. Look at it go. Think it rich right here? Space Dragon is. Where is the Ubermensch? There's a rat. I don't know if you can hear in that background. There you are. Nope, that's great too. Ubermensch. Ubermensch. Probably in... Okay. I understand now. I was looking for the use, but then I saw what I did in the thing, and I understand now. And you should too. Let me go turn this off real quick. I'm not sure if you can hear this in the audio. The fan going off. I know, it does look like you can. Let's see you pick it up on the mic. Awesome. So this is gimmick number 2 for the deck. This is what your lab's going to generate once per turn, and it is another token, so you have 2 tokens your thing. Continuous Vanguard. It gets +5 for each grade of your Vanguard, which is cool because it starts off as a 0 power unit. It's got no shield because, you know, it kind of retires at the end of turn. Mandatory effect. This is zombie, whatever. And then once per turn, when you do your gimmick of Alchemix, stand this. If it was in the back row, you can move it to an open front row circle in the same column as this unit. There's a cool little chart for this I didn't make a thing of. It basically just says that, like, back row, you do full column attack, Vanguard, Alchemix, then move this up to the front end, do your Alchemix thing. So, there's that. The fact of the matter is this is going to be a thing that you can field every single turn, and with your Alchemix that we'll go over in just a couple seconds, this is the key component of it. This is build your own monster to the deck, which is super, 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 super cool. This is my favorite version of Zorga by far, just because of this. Alright, go on to grade 2 of the ride line. I saw you, like, way towards the end. Way towards the end. Right around Zamoog, I believe. There you are, not you. Go back to you. We have the green Kreacha Black Tusk Here's Dragon, which is a space dragon now. And I just realized I haven't been reading any of this flavor text, but I don't care because we'll go over like 40 cards today. Real quick, real simple skills. This is an on-ride ability, just like I think most of the stuff we've seen from the set, I believe. Was spread over by your Grade 3 Zorga. You could Energy Blast 3, check your top 7, choose up to 2 cards without Sentinel among them, choose one of the real cards put in hand, discard the rest, and if you did not discard a card, then you search your deck for a Crimson Moon and shuffle your deck. So, important notes, this last part, you can only search the moon if you didn't choose a card from the top 7. Wait. If you chose a card. Okay, so you can only search it if you chose a card. It's not if you missed or whatever. So you have to choose a card in order to find a moon, which you need to do because, once again, these decks are going to function off of your moons. But, a mill 2, add one to hand, mill the other one, and you guarantee get a moon. Like, no matter what, even if you don't mill, you get a moon. You can find a moon add to hand and put another moon drop. You can set up a piece and drop and branch it or whatever, and soak it or whatever. Or, you know, just find Persona Rise. Anything that's not Sentinel. Anything that's not a perfect card you can find. Really good. Set up City. All you gotta say about the card. Set up City. Alright. Let's move on to Mr. Zorga himself, I believe. It is time to Alchemagic. Rat. Again, if you guys are enjoying this, do the comments. Because obviously, like you saw, I have all these freaking things here that I have to go over. And all these slides I had to basically like custom translate and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. Zorga Fantome, the Servant of Taboo, has 2 skills. And a real cool hood. Hold on. We gotta put the hood on. Mad Scientist mode. These are too small now. Yeah, no, the goggles got way too big. I need a new pair of steampunk goggles. Alright, so Zorga Mans. He's got 2 skills. I guess we should go over the Fantome one first, because Alchemix is going to be its own gimmick. This is very Brantgate. Very okay. He wasn't saying Brantgate. He became Brantgate. Basically, once per turn, you can bind a Crimson Moon from your hand, soul, or drop. Once again, you want to activate Moon and use the Moon, so it's kind of like masked that way. Choose up the same number of Genome Gel from your drop zone as number of moons in your buy zone and call them to rearguard. Revival. All there is to it. This is classic still okay. Just resurrect, make some zombie bands. Your Gel boys are all the rearguards to attack, really. So, cool. +1 to +3 from the testing. There is a lot of sequencing to this deck. So, like, if you want to see it in action, I am planning to do some proxy fight videos. I actually kind of want to, like, another thing, comment down below. I kind of want to invest in some of those, like, not necessarily Ray-Bans, but, like, just the smart glass with cameras so I can do PvP fights. I mean, if you want to see that. But, Yeah, this deck sequences a lot in terms of when you're going to call your cards, when you want to activate your lab, when you want to stack things off for different abilities. I'll go over in a second in order to use him later. So you don't just automatically go for the Phantom skill. There is going to be a decent amount of skill ceiling for deck. We'll say it that way. But yeah, let's go ahead and go into the main ability for the Alchemix, his gimmick. Counterblast 1. When he attacks, choose any number of your General Gels with different card names. If you choose 2 or more, choose your boy, the Ubermensch from Rearguard, and Alchemixes with all those Genome Gels. Then, if your mind zone has 1 or more Crimson Moon cards, that Crimson Beast, Alchemagic, and this guy both get +5 until end of turn. And if you have 3 or more, +10 instead of +5. So, that happens. You will stack, in order to Alchemix, you stack all your boys underneath the token. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the tokens for a second, because first of all, 4 attack guaranteed. This guarantees your 4th attack right here. Asterisk. You can get more than 4 attacks if you chain things correctly once again. Sequencing. It's a very big brain deck, and I love it for that. But CB1, this is our first resource that we've really seen that matters. And you're basically just going to go rearguard attack with Vanguard, Alchemix everything onto your Joe Boy, and then, get some power-ups. Alright, so that's how the deck itself is supposed to function. Let's go ahead and start talking about the mixed ability mixes. There's one. That's a Mixy Boy. This is one of the combo pieces, like one of the best cards in the deck, I think. Sippy time. Get the gamer subs. Alright, so we have the Creation Demonic Beast Cranial Wing, who has 2 really good abilities. First of all, drops a when you're Alchemix. Yeah. I thought I said when you Alchemix for a second. I'm like, that's the second skill. First skill. When your boy, the token, is placed on rearguard, if you do not have this guy, you could call him to rearguard. And if you call him Zorga, it gets +5 until turn. Resurrection. This is a superior call, so it is not limited to grave, which means you could turn 1, drop this for ride line, make your token, your dog what up, there's a 15k column right there. And also, very good auto abilities. Remember how I just said 3 attack, 4 attack deck? This is how you get to your 5th attack right here. This is how you get to your 5th attack, because all your auto skills are going to chain off of each other in sequence, so you just go, make sure you got 1 ready and drops him. And rearguard attack, Vanguard attack, Alchemix, make your general token on one side, and then revive him for he drops him for your other attack as a base 15k attacker plus whatever gimmicks you give him. So that looks pretty good. I mean, you can pass triggers to him if you need to, and yeah. But what makes him better is, of course, he is part of the Alchemix. So when you mix him up with the Ubermensch token, it's going to get critical +1, making a guaranteed critical attack, a guaranteed double crit attack for a lot of pressure. So it's really good. Trying to think how aggressive this deck is off of testing it a couple times. It feels like it's not on level of like a Keter deck or I guess Dragon Empire where you're just like pushing the 4 or 5 damage by turn 3. But you could definitely get there. Because a lot of the stuff is going to resurrect itself. You have no problem fielding things. And because you're just constantly mixing things up with your Ubermensch and stacking off to be revived later by Zorga, you have no problem. You have no problem fielding things for no freaking reason. And I guess that's kind of cool. So you can aggravate a little bit with the deck. The fact that you can call him turn 1 is amazing. And the fact that he chains off of your Alchemix to make a 5th attack is pretty good. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. One of the better cards in the deck, I believe. Also, you get a crit off him. That's good, I guess. I don't know. More pieces! Not you. There's a piece. Hello. Test, 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 test. Okay. So, unfortunately, the lab mic just died there. I thought it was fully charged. Either has the worst battery life in the world, I need a new lab mic, or rest in peace. But, okay. Hopefully you guys don't hear bad audio quality for the rest of the video. Comment down below if the audio changed right now. Alright, so what I was saying. Hopefully you didn't miss out too much, but when this thing is Alchemix, you get to Counterblast 1, draw 2 effectively. You can draw 1 for free if you want. Really good. Plussing, plussing. And with space on Vanguard from hand, specifically. If you got your lab, Soul Blast 1, search your deck for up to 1 normal unit and discard it. Set up City on place from hand. On place from hand only. This is important. You cannot just like resurrect it with the Zorga ability and get the skill or whatever, but this is supposed to be a Stoke deck. This was originally a Stoke deck. It's got to have some Stoke clause to it, so. Only call from hand. Oh no. Still a doggo. Still lets you draw potentially 2 cards and set up anything for Soul Blast 1. Not bad, especially since this is our first thing that's Soul Blast. Alright, moving on from things that are from gimmick 1 to gimmick number 2. Oh, by the way, this is. I'm just going to go over this real quick. Every deck that we're talking about today has one. This is effectively our Guncycler. And cool thing I've done with most of these is they've cloned them from another nation. So we got Margaret right here, which was actually Stoichea once. Awesome. Followed him from Zoe into Brant Gates. These all function the same way effectively when you discard from hand while riding a Fantome. Use Soul Blast 1 or Energy Blast 1, search your deck for a moon, reveal it and add to your hand, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Instead of drawing a card, you just guaranteed your good card. Very good. Then it's kind of got the same thing as your Guncyclers when you guard with it from hand. From hand, that kind of sucks. Can't cheat out. But when you guard from hands, if you're a Fantome, Counter Blast 1, Energy Blast 3, draw a card. Solid staples, I guess. I don't know. I think I've been testing like 3 of these in Zorga. It's all about deck space. All about deck space and figuring out. Run as many of these as you normally run your discard grade 2 cyclers, I guess. I don't know. Where's gimmick number 2? I saw them before. There you are. There's the ones. Alright, so gimmick number 2 is really cool. We have our last 2 cards in here. Well, I guess there's another card, but I'm not even going to talk about it unless I just randomly scroll over it. The last card here is... They all have this actually a hand ability that says if your Origin does not have a copy of this card and you've got your Regrain Research Lab, if you do not put an order into Origin this card, if you do not put a card into the Origin this turn, put this in Origin, draw a card. So right there, you effectively display these by the way. So you're gonna have 3 units that count as your orders. Cool. I mean, Brant is the set ordination. You only have 1 actual set order in this deck, so having units that count as set orders that are going to have some spoilers, set order skills that just let you draw a card and are also actually fieldable units. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Diversity. I love it. I love it. This is like peak Vanguard design. So this one's order zone skill because, like I said, they all have once per turn. If you got a Zorga, retire 1 to 2 rear guards, draw a card. If you don't say that. If you retired 2 cards, this costs countercharge 1. This is going to be a countercharger, and once again, it lets you draw a card, which is solid. Once again, like I said, this deck's all about sequencing. So, like, you might want to say, like, call your Ubermensch token, resurrect the boys from their chain abilities, sack off the boys for her countercharge to countercharge, and then use Zorga's ability to revive the same cards you just sacrificed or something like that. All about sequencing. This deck is very big brain. This is mad science. This is the actual mad science, this deck. This is like... how do I say Zorga without saying Zorga? I don't know. It does have an Alchemix effect, by the way. Last Alchemix thing we could talk about. Auto drop zone ability. So this is another auto ability. If you don't have another copy of this card, you can call it to an open back row circle and to retire it. Boom. Put it behind your big slimy boy. Make it a strong column for your 5th attack. Pretty good. Give it a waifu out of 10. I don't know. Then the other researchers. You're a researcher. Yeah. Margaret researcher. Nope, went too far. There she is. We got Hadrina back. You guys remember her? Set 1, set 1, set 1. Set 1, grade 2. She back. She came back. So once again, axe skill. Same as the other researchers. Put in your Origin draw card. Neat. Then you have a ability when boosting the Vanguard. Welcome back, special boosters. Welcome back, everything we had for Divines and the Fated ones. Once again, really cool because Zorga is also a Fated one. Why has Zorga been around since day one? Actually, just been with every gimmick in the game. But yeah, it's cool. So once again, you have your plus 5k booster that does a thing. If to give it plus 2, so it's effectively a 15k booster. Make your Vanguard swing 28k. Awesome. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. This one's ability is Soul Blast 1. When it boosts, check your top 3. Choose a card from among them. Discard them. Shuffle your deck. This plus 2. So that's effectively going to make it another mill card. Another selective thing. Once again, set up City. If you can chain this correctly, you chain into your other researcher or one of the gooey boys in order to revive it with your alchemic skill. Or if you just end up piecing you like a moon or something. This is on attack. This is on attack. Then shuffle deck. So deck thing is deck winner, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it's really good. Really good. You are going to be decking. You are going to be going to very, very thin levels of deck in this deck because her other skill gives you triple drive spoilers. Cool. Red text triple drive. You can elementary it. Whatever. This is her Order Zone ability. As her cost, you just discard a card from your hand, so you effectively always still have twin drive, but you drive checking one more card. I don't know. You're losing a card in hand to gain a card in hand. Phrase it that way. Especially a net 0, but you get more drive checks, so more of the actual cards in the end that matter, because those are trigger checks and stuff. But really good, really good. This is a +1 and a +1 and a +1. That's 3 +1s. We'll make her a +3 out of 10. Love that Hadrina's back. It's great to see old faces from set 1 just come back and support the new version of Vanguard. Last researcher. We got one more. We got one more. And it is not a rat. It's not an Origami. It's not a Redder. It's not a cat. I think it's literally one of the last cards. This is the card I was going to talk about. It's just a shield thing. +5. +5. There you go. I don't know if you can run it or not, but it's an option. Yeah, last actual card there. He is Vortex Prober, who's the best one because he has Vortex name, obviously. Once again, hand skill. Put it in the thing, draw a card. Cool. This one actually matters for you not having another copy because his ability binds him and is going to say that if your Vanguard is the Zorga and you did not bind a card with the same name as this boy this turn, bind this card, choose the same number of units as the number of Crimson Moon cards in your buy zone, they get power +5. So it's just purely a doping unit. This is purely there to just give everything +5. And yeah, scales up Moon. 1 Moon, 1 +5, 2 Moon, 2 +5, so on and so forth. I'm a little on him so far after our tests. I feel if you could take out one of these Zorga support cards for generic things, it might be this. Once again, it's all about sequencing. You just need to make sure you're hitting your numbers correctly. Give this to your Ubermensch on the first attack or something. Actually, hold on. I'll check Ubermensch real quick. All the way at the beginning. So I believe it just moves him. I believe Zorga just moves you. It's you're not actually retiring it. You're just moving it. Yeah, he just moves. Okay. So yeah, you can use the researcher to give Ubermensch +5, and +5 will stick for a second attack. Okay, I like it. Once again, sequencing. Once again, it's all about knowing where your card's going to go, when your card's going to go. This is a very elaborate deck, and overall, after testing, I've been having a lot of fun, and skill ceiling out of 10 is how I will rate Zorga and the Ubermensch Alchemagic, but I love it so much. I love the fact that you're able to effectively make the perfect monster with this boy and generate 4 to 5 attacks a turn. Very good. Very good. Alright. Let's move on to our next deck. So we'll get out of the way. Who's next to him? Yeah, I guess we'll just do Alpharad. We go right to starter right there. There you go. Starter for Alpharad. This is a new deck. I don't know, I just went right to grade 3. Go back to him in a second. We're already here. So Alpharad, in addition to almost being Alpharad, this is 1 second away from being Alpharad, and I love it, is a brand new unit, which is crazy because the other 3 new decks are effectively just retrains. We have Zorga, you saw the thumbnail, we got Magnolia, and what's the last one? That one Dark Shade deck I don't care about. But this is actually a brand new unit, which is kind of cool. And it's going to be Dragon Empire with a couple of skills. One that I like, one that I do not like. And one that makes me sad that it's not named Eradicator, Piercing, Thunderpile Dragon, or whatever. That's all I need to say about it. Alright, so first of all, activated skill. Once per turn, Soul Blast 2. So you're going to get +3 until end of turn for every card in your damage zone. Some other things happen. I want to stop right there and say, Limit Break. Welcome back, Limit Break. This is a Limit Break unit. If you're Limit Break, if you guys didn't know, skill once you hit 4 damage, you do a cool thing. I mean, I guess this goes off of anything, any damage, but we can pretend like it's actually Limit Break because I like Limit Break. But yeah, if you damage it, that's 3 more cards. Moving on to Limit Break territory. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards, retire it. If you did not retire it, your opponent chooses a card from your hand and discards it. This is really good. The fact that it's going to really have 2 options to it. Like, first, obviously, you have your obvious control. Cool, you can retire a thing, cool. But if you're not able to retire a thing, or if your opponent's... Can you choose up to? It doesn't say up to, so you do have to retire one. Oh, no. I was about to say, like, you could choose not to retire and just make them discard a card, which is equally as good, if not better, because the opponent has low card hands, and just, like, they only have their 2 to 4 drive checks that turn, or how many drive checks they're doing, how many cards they're generating. Every card you take out of the hand is going to be more and more deadly if the bigger numbers you can make, which, spoilers, you make big numbers. Like, you're already looking at +3 for every damage, hitting that 3 damage threshold is a +9, makes it 21 on its own, which doesn't seem like a lot, but once again, it's 21 while discarding a card, or getting ready to summon with shield potentially, so really good skill, really good skill, I like it. As far as Fantome skill, this is so funny, this is so interesting. Sippy time. Right? Drinking some Gamer Subs, by the way. Gamer Subs, if I ever get cool enough, if you guys ever subscribe to me enough, come at me, yo. But, Fantome skill auto. When this thing attacks a grade 3 or greater units, which, that's why I probably don't like. This forces you to go second. Take that as you will. I mean, I'm not saying it's a go first, go second format, but, like, a lot of decks I like playing can go first without caring, so being forced to go second kind of sucks in order to activate this ability. Alright, so the ability itself costs combined total of 1 or more Crimson Moon calls from hand, drop, or soul. So you get +1 crit until end of battle. Eradicator. Gauntlet Buster, excuse me. This is a card that already lets you get a crit and retire a card. This is Gauntlet Buster 101. But if you mount 4 more cards for this cost, it also gives power +10, crit +1, try +1 till end of battle. You can get back to this in a second. For the rest of the skill, because it is a period here. This period here means that this part of the skill is not linked to the rest of that skill. Then if you Persona Road until end of turn, your opponent cannot call Sentinels from their hand to Guardian Circle until end of battle. Alright, let's break it down a little bit. So first of all, you are guaranteed to crit no matter what. As long as you skill this at all, you are guaranteed a crit, which makes you a plus whatever you got, +1 crit unit. Once again, Gauntlet Buster Drag, one of my favorite cards from Limit Break formats, and wish you would, why if you're not giving us Gauntlet Buster back when you've given us like 2 other Narconomy decks at this point, but whatever. It's a card that basically says you retire stuff or bind stuff, whatever control you want, and get crit same power. So this is very similar to that. I love it for that. I already love it. But the rest of the skill gets kind of weird. You have a thing that says that you could just pop all your things at the same time and just have a super attack. The power +1, crit +1, drive +1 makes you 23k, triple crit, 3 drives. Owie, scary. But you have to blow your whole load on that. Like, every single moon, out of there. And that's all I need to say about that unit. So it's like a one-shot or just buying one every single time you have 4 turns of bullying them with a crit, I guess. I don't know. This is cool, though. The fact that this last skill, the Guardian Check thing, it's not linked to that. Like, you still have to pay the cost of binding 1 or more moons, because that's just part of it, but you don't have to bully the whole loop for the skill. You could just be on a Persona Ride, and that Persona Ride is going to just do Guardian Check. So, honestly, because of that, I kind of want to run this with Gradius Escalade, the OG gimmick card that's Regallus piece. Yeah, so you kind of want to run the Regallus piece to get connected. Hold on. Are you back? Yeah, we're back, baby. I had a random disconnect. Yeah, essentially, this is a card that lets you either bully with crits and guard restrict, or you can just blow your whole load and just have one giant super attack with potentially guard restrict. You have to know when to play this card. That's the whole gimmick of this deck. You have a huge one-shot attack, but you have to know exactly when to do it. Otherwise, you're just like bullying with small cute things. But I do like the fact that this says that if you don't retire a thing, you can also discard a card. So once again, the opponent has to choose a card from their hand. They have to choose a resource they don't need. Awesome. Good at 10. Good at 10. Could have been better. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to some of the support cards since I literally started with the Grade 3 himself. We got Fist Battler, Sajet. This is your Grade 2 Ride Line card. Was rated upon by the boy. If you have 4 or less damage, put your top card into the damage zone face down. And if you put a card end of turn, you choose a card from your damage zone, put it in hand. You guys remember those cards from Limit Break format? I just said one place, Counterblast 1, damage yourself, then heal damage end of turn. Hit him. And I love it, because those cards were great. This goes obviously perfectly with the fact that Alphard's main ability is dependent on number of damage zone. Cool. So your damage. And the fact that you add one card and damage back to hand is amazing at the end of turn. Oh no, you damaged a Perfect Guard or a Persona Rider, a piece you need, or I don't know, you over trigger somehow. You face down to your over trigger. That's what you do. You face down to your over trigger. Because obviously otherwise it would be bound or whatever. Yeah, that good. Especially turns your damage zone into another hand for a turn. Angel Feather. Why is the Dragon Empire deck Angel Feather? I don't know. It's good. It's good. Very good Ride skill. Moving on. You are a rear guard. Do I just go to Ride Line? That looks like a Ride Line. It's not, but it looks like a Ride Line. This is your Guncycler, by the way. This is Habitable Zone, which came back from Brantgate. Cool. The Grade 1 Ride Line. Why does that look familiar? That's another one. That's another one. Spoilers. Why is the Grade 1 Ride Line at the very end? So weird. There it is. Alright, so we got the Thunder Hermit Gerber. Was rated upon by your Grade 2. Check your top 7 to choose up to 1 Fantome or up to 1 Crimson Moon card from one of them. Reveal it, put it to your hand, shuffle deck. If you did not reveal, Soul Charge 2. Soul Charge 2 is good because it pumps up your Vanguard's main ability, obviously. It activates it as a Soul Blast 2, just like, I don't know, Owie. But check your top 7 and deck then for one of your gimmicks. Cool. Very good, very good. Especially since the rest of the Ride Line in this deck does nothing for finding actual moons. Might be kind of important. Let's go ahead and move on to some actual support cards that we're done with the Ride Line. Yeah, so I thought that's the last one. I'm just going to go in backwards order. Just going to go in backwards order in no specific order. Yeah, read it. You got the Drag Ritter Redome, who drops an ability if you have the boy. You can Counterblast 1, and if you so read this turn, choose one of your Vanguards, that unit, and this gets +5. Wait. Call to Vanguard, that makes more sense. I was about to say this card in the drop zone gets +5. Cool. I mean, +5. May not seem like enough, but at the same time, it's on Persona Ride turn, so if you have no other rear guards, and you have to field them for any reason, bring them up to front. It's going to be 8 + 5 is 13, plus Persona Ride 23k attacker for Counterblast 1. Cool. It's probably going to be boosted somehow, but just knowing the fact that you can make a 23k attacker for literally no reason while powering up your main boy, very good. Once again, Alphard's all about just swinging big numbers and constantly throwing perfect guards, so the bigger you can make your number, the better off you are. And we got this big recurrence dragon who resurrects himself, in fact, because, spoilers, he also resurrects himself. When your opponent's rearguard is retired during your main phase, your opponent discards a card from your hand. If you have a grade 3 Alphard Energy Blast 3, call it to rearguard. It gets +3 until end of turn for each card in your damage zone. So, you know, he kind of gets the same plus power that Alphard himself gets. And activates when you activate Alphard's ability in any way, shape, or form. So, really good. It guarantees a third attack? Second attack? Second attack. I know I haven't given away the fourth attack card yet, so I don't know. I'm just guaranteeing this. This is a 4-attack deck, by the way. You can get 4 attacks, so of course you can. This is Vanguard. Yeah, between that and the grade 1 we just covered, you have 2 resurrecting units, so you should always have a board, even if your opponent's playing control, or even if you have to retire your own stuff for any reason, which you don't. Really good. Also really good. This last part. Oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't even go over that. I stopped on this sense. So, it gets +3 until end of turn for every card in your damage zone. And then choose a card from your drop zone and put it in the soul. Once again, you soul blast 2 for your skill. Yeah, that good. We like that. Right, but yeah, his last skill. I would say continuous, rearguard, guardian, circle. Guardian circle, because it gets intercept, and shield +10. So, this is an interceptor that revives itself. Awesome! I love cards that work in every zone. I love cards that have multiple different uses to them. This is what this does. This is a free unit. Keeps on coming back whenever you literally activate Vanguard skill. And it's going to get a lot of power. It's going to recycle some stuff. And it's going to be able to guard from anywhere with +10 shield. Pretty good. Pretty good. I love it. Alright, moving on to whatever's next. In this backwards order as I click backwards, there is Drag Ritter Martyr. Was placed on rearguard if you got an Alpharad Counterblast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards, retire it, gets +5 till the turn. Cool. You already have another way to retire yourself in the deck. It's not just guaranteed the one off of Alphard's ability. Already good. This is already better than what base Burglar did in terms of control. And once again, the more stuff you have to retire, you could actually that's really good. This is good. This means you don't have, if your opponent has a small field, you could effectively call this first, activate his ability, retire the thing, then use Alphard's skill and make them discard a card. Okay, I like that. I like that. Sequencing, once again, not as much. Like, this is a much smaller brain deck already than Zorga is, but it's not about brain size. It's about bullying. This is the bully deck. Activate rearguard when it attacks auto rearguard. My bad. If you got the Zorga, why? I'm 2 decks in. I'm already getting my decks confused. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. When your Alphard attacks and your damage zone's got 3 more cards, it gets power +5. So it's effectively, as long as you're at 3 more damage, a 20k attacker. Feels meh. I mean, this is what? A common rare? Yeah. It's not supposed to have the best skill. It's a 20k attacker that lets you retire a card. And that's all it needs to be. Do I have Discord on? I thought I muted that. I should not be getting Discord pings, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we'll figure it out. This the one. You guys know how to talk about getting 4th attack, practically. Gambale. Gambale Dragon. Alright, so recent skill obviously is this auto one right here. Let's go ahead and just read that first because I already spoiled it. When your Alphard attacks, if you did not stand something during battle phase, cost Counterblast 1, draw a card, and stand this unit. Pretty good already. I mean, obviously, it's your 4th attack. Really good. Especially when, you know, one of his attacks is going to be Super Bully mode. And I think you can just do a 3rd attack. I think this, yeah, you just do a 3rd attack. So you do attack 1, this first probably boosted, then Alphard, skill activate, reset this, and then either unboosted and, yeah, because you boost the first attack. So you unboost this one, draw a card, and pass triggers to it if you need to. Okay, decent sequence. Continuous ability, if you have grade 3 or greater, Alphard gets +5, your opponent's grade 3 or greater +10 instead. So, if you go first, it's just a 15k attacker restander. I guess that's right. I guess that's actually alright. If you think about it, like, Alphard's main gimmick, both his main gimmicks, you want to go second for? which kind of sucks. I mean, means that if you're forced to go first, you have a pretty vanilla first turn. So, this not being dependent on that, if it's your grade 3 turn and you just have like this Nalfard, you still make 3 attacks. You still make 4 attack turn on your first grade 3 turn, even if you don't have your good skills up. So, that's good. That's good. Plus 5 first turn, any turn after that, plus 10. Like I said, well, actually, the plus 10 makes it so you can swing the first attack unboosted, I think. Yeah, so you do first attack unboosted, Vanguard, this skill, we stand it with a counterblast 1, then attack with a booster for the big attack. Okay, I like it. Gambare. Very good. Very good out of 10. I believe we got, what, one more card probably? 1, 2, there's at least 2 more cards. At least 2 more cards. We are right here. As I cheat with my file to see how many more cards we have. Yeah, we got 2 more cards. 3 more cards. 3 more cards. 3 more cards guaranteed for the rest of Alpharad. Alright, so this one... Drag Reader Cielis, grade 1 units. Once per turn, activate ability. If you have a grade 3 or greater Alpharad, which rest this, choose one of your Vanguards against 5 plus 5. Basic. I mean, it's definitely one of the cards that, like, you probably think something better. But, I mean, once again, this is bully.deck. You make the bully grow, and then you thread perfect cards with it. Every little bit helps. Probably not going to run it out of 10, but if you need it, or if you're running pure tribal, it's 8. I just don't like they have to rest it for that skill. That's all. If you didn't have to rest it, it'd be so much better. Yeah, we just got one more card, actually, because you're winning for budget. Or that's the last card, actually. I think that might be the last card for that. Yeah, I was looking at that and looking at the starter. Alright. So about halfway done with our reveals for today. Who we want to go over next? So I just go to the beginning, start from there. About half an hour in. Nice. Once again, if you guys are enjoying this video, I mean this kind of stream, definitely comment so I know to do this more, because it takes a while to set all these slides up and get people watching. I don't know. I guess we'll do Blank next. I don't care about Blankmeyer. I'd never have. He is anti-Greedon specifically. But here you go. This is your Blankmeyer starter, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy it. There's a smiley face. I forgot I did like the MS Paint smiley face ever there. Ugh. Alright, so Blankmeyer Rideline, here we go. This is traditionally a Dark State deck that bound a bunch of units and deleted abilities, effectively big scary number, haha. It's in the anti-Greedon club. I don't give a crap. Blankmeyer is like the one Dark State deck I've never acknowledged. Grade 1, Hollow Raptor 2.0. This one's got some lovely golden locks. When it's read upon by the Grade 2, search your deck for up to 1 Crimson Moon, put in a soul, and shuffle deck. It's supposed to run soul. I don't know why. I assume that Blankmeyer is going to soul boss something for his ability. Moving on to Hollow Dog to move up the right line. There you are. Dude, he has a sword tail. This thing is like so close to being just so close to being Hellraiser, but Vanguard only skill makes it bad because it has to be ran by Blankmeyer and not by an owie, which makes it unplayable in Hellraisers. That's the only review I'll give for it. Almost don't even want to read it. Was read upon by Blankmeyer. Cost Soul Blast 1. I wonder why you just soul charge something. Reveal top 3. Okay, that's actually really good. We can just stop right there. I assume that the moon's going to do something cool. You're soul charging 1 moon with the grade 1. Then you have Soul Blast 1 for this thing skill. Probably get Soul Blast a moon. Then you have 1 moon ready for whatever your skill is. Okay. Reveal your top 3 cards of the deck. Choose one among them. Put it into your hand. Discard the other 2. If you didn't discard them, shuffle deck. If you did not discard them. Oh, okay. So you're gonna add 1 to hand regardless. Then you either discard 2. I assume Blankmeyer's gonna write stuff. Or you just shuffle, and you've already thinned 1 card. This is, I guess, is good. Because, like, if we see, like, 2 triggers from the other 2, you don't want to discard your triggers. That's good. It's good that you have the option there. You're not just locked into whatever you have. Okay, I like it. Alright, I guess it's playing time. Where are you, Blingmeyer? I don't know why it's not under B. Probably right in the middle. Bling Blair. What did I name this boy? Oh, that's why you had the W's. We had 0 of Salvation, Blangmeyer Angel Feather, the Fantome unit. It's got 2 whole skills. This one's got a lot of things to it, so we'll reveal that last, I guess, and just go over the once per turn. Cost counterbalance 1, bottom top 4 cards from your drop zone. That's why I want cards to drop zone. You're still buying stuff, you're just buying it for drop now. Good. Swabs, we talked non-stop for like an hour. Take your drinkies. Take your sippies. What we're talking about. Explain my first skill. Yeah, so you bind 4 cards to your drop zone. Count 1. And your Vanguard gains red text. First of all your front row gets +5. If your bind zone has 10 or more cards face up, they also get +5. If you have 13, why 13? More face, they get +5. And when this Vanguard attacks, choose a card from your face-up bind zone, call it to rear guard. Okay. +13 is a little weird. I assume it was just like 13 unlucky, Black Friday, whatever. Right, dude, we actually have Friday the 13th coming up, week after stream launches. Shout out that. Except I immediately take that back because my birthday is like right after that Friday the 13th, so sucks to me. But, a +5, +10 on 10, +15 on 13. +15 is nothing to sneeze at. It's like a percent right and a half. But you're already 0.5% right and 4% right off your power-ups. Not bad, not bad. On attack, you're calling a unit out of the bind zone, so that's a guaranteed 4th attack deck. And that will still retain the power from this because that's a red skill. That's a skill granted to the Vanguard. So, you make these numbers. Assume that you save your boosters for your secondary wave of attacks, I guess. I don't know. Fantome skill, let's go over that. This is a thing that has a lot of things to it. So you're going to Energy Blast 3 and bind 2 to 4 Crimson Moon cards from hand, soul, or drop. Perform the following based on number of Moon cards in your bind zone. So at 2 more, choose a card from your drop zone. Card to Vanguard. Okay. Resurrect. Very nice. 4 or more. This card's going to get crit +1 until end of turn. If you Persona Road, then at the choose, you just right there choose a card and heal it. That's why I labeled Sing as Angel Feather. I mean, I'm not mad at the heal. This is what, Ketter's second healing card after Raziel. So that's whatever. I mean, something, character development, I don't know. This is based on number of moons in the bind zone. So you can only ever do this skill twice effectively. 1 to 2 times, because you have to bind 2 to 4 moons. So even if you don't go for the crit right away, you only ever have 2 turns of revival. This card is dead after 2 turns. Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I guess like you still chillax on this first one effect for a 4-attack deck that makes these numbers, but the fact that you can only ever use this Fantome skill 2 times, kind of limiting. For the sake of it, being able to heal and just make big attacks, good out of 10. For the sake of it being Blangmeyer and you have this far being restricted compared to some of the other ones, I'll lower it down a couple points. So we'll say 6. I don't want to actually say 6, 7, but 6, 7 out of 10. Absolutely 6 or 7 out of 10. Okay. Done talking about Blangmeyer. Done talking about the Cursed One himself. We can go on to his support, I guess. Alright. Blangmeyer support. But and we'll just go backwards again. We're just going backwards again. First of all, Night of Consideration, Rest Style. Auto drops an ability when your card is bound during the main phase. If you get 10 or more cards, bind a card from your hand. Calls to rear guard. Okay. Resurrectable booster. But you don't ever bind from field? And like, I guess it's good during a Persona Ride turn or something like that. Or, because, hold on. You have to call it open circles, I believe. I believe you don't have to call it open circles. No, just call anything. Okay, so if you really need to be an extra attacker, you can make him an extra attacker, I guess. But it's probably just going to be like a revivable booster, which is the most meth thing ever. Yeah, it's good against control decks, but at the same time, you're limited, first of all, by having at least 10 cards in Bind Zone, so you may not get their turn 1, and turn 3, turn 4, or however you want to say it. And the fact you have to bind another card from hand to call him, you're minusing one when you're already at your threshold in order to call him to a place that doesn't really matter, so. This is Keter. You will have a better card running than this. All I need to say. All I need to say. Moving on. This is the Guncycler Conflin. Came to them from Dragon Empire. Cool. Oh, Hatsune Miku. Forgot about her. She's a great... I keep on forgetting she's a great 3. Every time I look at this card, I think she's a great 2. But we have Knight of Concord Estrena, a.k.a. cosplaying Hatsune Miku, is apparently a sim for Blankmeyer. Auto Vanguard ability when it attacks if your Bind Zone already has a card. If your Bind Zone has a card. Okay. You're always going to have a card in the Bind Zone. I don't know why I did put that there. Power plus 5 until end of battle. And at end of battle, you get to bind this unit. That is placed from Rearguard by ability of a grade 3 or greater Blankmeyer. It gets power plus 10 instead of plus 5. So, basic beat sick. But I mean, it's placed from drop zone? Oh, placed anywhere, okay. Yeah, basic ability, but at the same time, like, you get 2 procs of this plus 10 effectively, because you're probably going to be calling this, first of all, off of Blankmeyer's Phantom skill, one of those to revive something. So that's already a 23k beater right there. And then she'll bind herself afterwards from her skill. And when Blankmeyer attacks, we want to recall her, boom, 23k beater. Not bad. Keep in mind, this is also on top of Blankmeyer's other buffs, so. So this is the basic beat card for the deck. Grade 3. But I mean, if you just want power cards, that's pretty good. Not bad, Hatsune Miku. Not bad. What's next? Puppy. I think this might be the last one for this deck. No, we got one more. So we got 2 more cards to cover for Blankmeyer. We have the Knight of Charity Bad Act. So bad he just flew off screen for a second. Boop. Alright, so we got some couple skills. First of all, Bind Zone. Got no Bind Zone ability besides Hatsune Miku. When your Vanguard is placed from your Bind Zone during the battle phase, if you have a Fantome, do you not have this boy, do you call yourself? Do you call yourself by binding a card with a different card from your drop zone? You call this for a different card for your drop zone, bind, drop zone, bind. Alright, so this is what that, you know the one we talked about a couple seconds ago that sounds bad? This is what that should have been. A card that calls stuff from Bind Zone when you bind another card. Literally don't need another great one. Okay. Other skills, let's place on Rearguard other than during the battle phase. So besides that first skill we just talked about, if you have a Fantome, check your top 5, look for a card with Blankmeyer or a Moon card and reveal it at the hand. There you go. This is your deck thinner. So it's a deck thinner and revives itself. This is already a really good card. Last skill, at the end of the battle boosted, if your Bind Zone has a Crimson Moon and did not countercharge, retire this countercharge 1. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I wish, can I add these? Hold on. Is there an edit feature on this? I've never tried to do that live. I can open it in Paint and do it that way. No. Alright. I'm going to do it this way. 10 out of 10. This card effectively is not only resource management and countercharge. It's also a deck thinner. And the second ability, check your top 5 for either a Moon or another copy of Blankmeyer to present a ride with. Or in the Bind Zone, it has a skill to revive itself. 3 solid skills, all doing really good things that help out this deck. 10 out of 10. Good boy. Very good sword boy. Moving on to the last card in Zorgaborg. Not Zorgaborg. Whatever his deck's called. Blankmeyer. Blanket de Meyer. Auto skill, back row, center. I should probably read that one first, but I'm already down here. Once per turn, if it's placed on Rearguard in the same column as when another unit is placed. Okay, so this is going to be something automatically that you just want to chill out as your booster. and you just call someone in front of it, because when you do that, if you have a Blameire, we just gonna stop reading all these skills. Just read this last part line. Shut up. I thought I muted your phone. Oh my god, phone, shut up. Thank you. That's what I get when I leave my phone here for live chat that no one's responding to, by the way. I've seen there's some people in here, but you know, no one's responding. I put it up on the screen, but it's so lonely to have no one responding. And I keep on getting Discord pings for some reason, even though I don't have Discord on. What is going on with my life? But, where was I? So, back row, when someone's placed from him, you're gonna Soul Blast 1, stand this unit. Cool, Restanding Booster. Not bad. This makes it so your first stack actually can be boosted, because you're just gonna recall someone from them and stand them back up, just like a superior deck did. That also has support. Dude, I can't wait. I assume it's the stream. I assume it's going to be the stream this week or next week. Cross Nation Liel. That'll be another video. That's going to be its own video. Make sure you subscribe to see I go live. TLDR. Both halves are Hero Chronicle themed. Both halves are time themed. Keter and Darkseid are two nations that I play a lot. Thank you, Bushy Road. Thank you for giving me Cross Nation by two nations on the time travel card. That'll be a different deck, though. That'll be a different deck. Moving on to the last skill, the last card that we'll talk about before I go into the last deck. So there's like 3 last right there. Let's place on Vanguard from hand. Choose a grade 3 Blameire from the ride deck, and you may reveal it. Shut up, phone. Oh my god. Ring. Silence. Work. Reveal stuff. Reveal the grade 3, or if you're probably on a grade 3, yeah, so either this is your standard reveal the card from Ride Line, or if you are on it, cool. Check your top 5. Choose up to 1 card among them, discard them, and shuffle deck. Okay. It's a filter. A top 5 filter is not bad when your entire gimmick is to bind cards from your drop zone. Okay out of 10. Okay out of 10. Decent card to end the deck with, but we have one final deck to go over, ladies and gentlemen. And it's one more that I actually care about. And that is because it is... I skipped over it. Welcome back. Yeah, you Tom Coney. Can I get in the background? Can you get you back? What's wrong? What's wrong with Megami? Megami's not in Divines. I was literally about to point out Divines. Welcome back to Megami. Megami's not in Divines. We have Ojo-sama, Sadistic, Megami, and I'm alright with that. New Magnolia, ladies and gentlemen. She's lyrical now. She's a cat girl. Maggie became a furry, and maybe transitioned. We're not entirely sure on that, but congratulations if we did. Alright, let's start from the beginning. Lead up to the card. That's the card. Because I want to show off all the things. Look at that. It's so cute. It's a smart card. Ledia mates. The Ledia mates now. The Legion mates. Ledia mates Latte. Welcome back, Latte. I like how they actually kept, at least for Ryline, the traditional Summon Horn Beast and just turned them into their cat girl counterparts. Welcome back, Latte. I still use her as the starting Vanguard for one of my favorite decks in the game right now, which I will be doing a video on for my birthday. So, once again, come subscribe. I'm coming soon. Yeah, starting Vanguard. Cool. Moving on to the grade 1. Behold, as I move up the ride line. There you are. Get back. We got Chalice. Who used to be a little Snorlax thing, because now it's Lolly Snorlax. Munchlax, I don't know. Auto and read upon by Ledia Mates card. Check your top 7. Choose up to 1 card with Ledia Mates sitting in normal units, or up to 2 cards. Discard them and shuffle your deck. Unfortunately, you are forced to check for these 2. You can't just find 2 Ledia Mates and discard them, or 2 orders, but I mean, I'm trying to think. I feel like Lyrical has enough orders. Like, obviously you're going to have you 2 spoilers. You're going to have you 2 spoilers, gimmick orders in this deck, but What else could you run? You could high five. It's just going to cost a resource. I'll just do it. But yeah, Setup City, probably not going to whiff because if you're maxing out everything, you run 8 orders and probably a decent amount of Lydia mates because that shares the keyword. Then it pulls the actual Snorlax ability, and you know, if you're on Maggie, it gets +2. Cool if you have to call us a 10k. Probably not going to call it, but there you go. Where's their sticker? I know it's the card when I see a sticker on it. Went too far. Is it at the end? Oh, might be all the way at the end. Show me a grade 2 with the little fat thing on it. Right about now. No, wrong one. There you are. One of the last cards. We have Latisse, the little wolficorn thing. Was rated upon by a... You still have horns. Was rated upon by Magnolia. Choose up to 1 grade 2 or less card with Lydia mates for your drop zone. Call it to rear guard. If you did not call, soul charge 1. Cool. Do you soul west? Call this is soul charge 1. Okay. So this is literally... Oh god, this is literally my Power Ranger avatar. The best card in the game. Except it doesn't have the other ability. It's got another ability. It's just not going to have that ability. It's a check top 7, call a thing. If you did not call a thing, or if you choose not to call a thing, call this soul charge 1. So it can be good if it has a good rear guard skill. That rear guard skill being when it attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Magnolia, it gets +5. That's not good. It's not good. I mean, it's good because word presence or whatever, but it's not as good as like when boosted by a dog for Hound Raisers, return a dog back to deck. That's a good skill to have as a rear guard. Just saying. So it's okay. It's okay. Set up City, and you have the ability to either call it out or call another card for your drop zone that, you know, you probably set up from her. So pretty good. Pretty good. Let's move on to Maggie herself. Why does this window feel smaller? Check that a second. Magnolia. Where are you, cat girl? Magnolia. I love that episode so much. It was so good. Right. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. It feels a little small. There we go. There we go. Hi, Megumi. We appreciate the Tomboy Steampunk version. Appreciate the Ojo Same Sadistic version. Silly girls, best girls. Something, something, Ruka. Anyways, let's talk about Cat Girl Magnolia, who has enough skills to be a cat girl. I don't know. Start from the top. Once per turn, Soul Blast 1. Choose up to 2 of your rear guards. And my fan turns on again, but I don't think you can hear it on the audio. Those units can attack from the back row until end of turn, because of course they can. This is Magnolia. That's what she does. She gets a back row attack, and this one guarantees 2, which is kind of solid. Soul Blast 1. We'll have to look at our soul managements, because we're already calling a card out of Soul to grade 2. But I assume we'll be able to build Soul up fast enough to make this pretend like it's a Dark Side deck, which makes it even better. If your opponent's grade 3 or greater cost Counterblast 1, all of your back row units get power plus 10 until end of turn. And then this gets grade +1, drive +1 until your opponent's next turn. Until your opponent's next turn. I didn't read that. I thought it was still end of turn. I don't know how much it's going to matter. So not getting any power off it. Just getting the grade in the drive check. But I guess, like, if you have some gimmick that says, if you're grade 4... Oh no, the stupid dragon. That's why it's going expensive. I should have made a slide for it. It brought up. There's a Cluna grade 3 to say, like, if you're on a grade 4, it gets plus hit, 10 shield, some power, and another effect. That's going to be really good in this. That's going to be really, really good in this deck. Okay. That's why they're being bought out now. I assume it's just for their on-play skill. Okay. So, for defensive reasoning, you do want to pick up the stupid grade 3. Okay. That said, this is a fusion of the Magnolias. This is still your grade 4 Magnolia as long as you went second or turn 4 onward. You still get 5 attacks off it, which is solid. It's just, it still wants you to go second. It still really wants you to go second because the whole plus 10 power to your back row thing. And I just realized I could do a thing for this last deck. If I don't get more views here, I understand something. If I do get more views here, I understand something else. But it is winter. One of my hats is the cat hat. Not a furry. I've just had this for forever. It's like the anime days. Oh, can I put the goggles on top of this? Actually? Hold on. This would have to be insane. It almost works. This kind of works. I'm afraid, though. Whatever, we're doing it. See what happens. So, yeah. Long and short of it, this is grade 4 Magnolia. This gets triple drive. This gets drive plus 1, actually, so you can't Elementary it. And it's going to be able to get 5 attacks with some extra power on it. Not bad. Fantome skill. Hold on. This is going to take some management. I can still read out of this side. We're good. Yeah, I need to get a tighter strap for this goggle. It's gotten way too loose. I don't like that. Those steampunk goggles. Fantome skill. Something. Patreon money. I don't know. Auto end of at the end of your turn. Cost bind 1 to 2 crimson moves from your hand slow or drop as always. Choose a number of your rear guards without Sentinel. Up to the number of cards bound for this cost. Return them to your hand. So you get either 1 card back to hand or 2 cards back to hand. Okay. Until then, actually, hold on. Any rear guards. Oh, that's so much better. I originally just assumed it was any of your Ledia mates because that's what you're playing with, but any rear guards. Any rear guards. You can combo so many things off of this. Okay. So bounce your Bermuda things back. Also applies to this. Your other attacks will just be whatever. They don't have to be Ledia mates. But you want to be Ledia mates because until the end of your turn, to your opponent's next turn, rather. This unit gets all of your units with Ledia mates in their card name get plus 5 shield 1 time, bound 2 cards 2 times. So, base number of moves that you bound, you either get plus 5 or plus 10 on all of your Ledia mate rear guards. Not bad. So, this is a defensive skill, which is great because, I'm trying to think, we have offense. Well, we kind of have a few defensive skills. So far, with the 4 Fantomes we have, Alphard is definitely offensive because he's the bully deck. Zorga... I don't know what Zorga lies for Fantome. Because, like, his Fantomes just revive things. I guess you could maybe say that's defensive in case the card sticks around, but the card's not going to stick around because it's be part of your Alchemix. But we have 1 neutral, 1 defensive. This is definitely a defensive skill because it gives all your guys shield. And what's the last one? Zorga Alphard. I just remember Blangmire. Blangmire is also kind of mixed because he gets a crit, but he also heals, and he also revives. I'd say it's more defensive than anything. Like you get a crit, but I'd say it's more defensive than anything. So the Fantomes have been very defensive so far. Like outside of Alphard, defensive skills, which is kind of interesting to have your evil villain team be on the defense. I don't know. All right, so grand overview of this card. You become very tanky with your skill. The fact that you could bind 1 to 2 means that you can proc this 4 times potentially if you want to. Just each one of those times you have small shields up 2 turns big shield. Very diverse. It's very diverse. You get 5 attacks. Does a lot of comboing stuff with Lyrical as a bouncy nation. Cat Girl out of 10. Meg Me out of 10. Meg Me out of 10. So I guess that'd be like a 9.5. Because Megan B was best girl until we got Ruka. And she's still a pretty good girl. Ruka divided by 2 out of 10. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's a good card, is what we're saying. I would not mind building this deck. Which I have mixed feelings on because Lyrical is a money nation. Alright, speed on support. I believe that we're towards the end. Ladies and gentlemen. I've got to go back towards the end. There's like 1 card we have to talk about. Okay. So start from the back once again. And just move forward, because there is a card I have to talk about, and this one's right before it. JK Allies Valkyrie. This is funny. Of all the Guncyclers, so far we've been seeing the crossover nations, whatever. Like, from Empire to Branter. Empire Keter. Stokea Brants. What was the Dragon Empire one? I don't know. Point is that, like, they cross nations. This one doesn't. This is literally just Valshaban again, except they made her into the Guncycler, I guess. I don't know. Good for her. New art, I guess. I don't know. But the card I want to talk about is a card that makes me want to immediately take off this hat. so you don't get any ideas. That certainly is a name. That is certainly a name for a card. Let's talk about skills. This card can be played from Drop Zone because that's cool. If you have a grade 3 or greater Magnolia, if your Vanguard is Lady of Mates with the card name, plays with Soul Blast 1. Okay, so first effect, if played for free from Magnolia, which is high 5 territory, period, you can still play it by Soul Blast 1. This is high 5 again. This is high 5 again, except with the moons. I don't know. So what it does is you bind this card. This is literally high 5 so far. I'm reading this as high 5 with Soul Blast, Simple Counterblast. And you play an additional order if you play something, but cannot play orders other than Cancer Moon. So this says that effectively play for free from your drop zone. They can play second order, but the second order has to be a moon. Cool, sequencing. Alright, so check your top 3, choose a number of them, discard them, and shuffle your deck. And after that, choose up to 1 card for your drop zone, call it to Rearguard Circle. Good right there. Except for right there. Just check top 3, mill 1, and call 1. Good. Then you keep on reading something about the Letia Mates. If that card is a Letia Mates card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, or put it into hand it, or if it's normal order. So this has to find Letia Mates, unfortunately. This cannot gimmick with your other lyrical stuff. So I guess, like, use this to set up exclusively Letia Mates, and then you use the moon to superior call into something else. I don't know, something like that. Once again, sequencing. Dude, do you high five with this? I need to read a high five. And see if it counts as your... It has to count as your order from turn. There's no way you can high five and do something else. But dude, like, if you need this in the high five into moon, insanity. Alright, so you either call the card if it's Letia Mates, or you add it to your hand if it's an order. Then, if you have a card with Magnolia's name, choose 2 of your Rearguards to get power plus 5 till end of turn. If you Persona Red, choose 4 instead of 2. Good. Resurrect something, give things power, give things more power if you're in Persona Red. Can you choose the same? Ooh. No, it has to be different. I was about to say, if it's set up to or something like that, you could probably choose the same card multiple times. Still a very good card. I'm going to name it. I will rate this. Why is that your name? Out of 10. And drop questions. Drop all remaining questions. And why this is released so close to Valentine's Day. Yeah. Moving on. What we got here? Getting towards the end. That's like this. Towards the end. That's the new card. That's the new card. Says something about calling itself for Energy Boss 2. Cool. Got Letia Mates Simias. Another actual cat girl. Or maybe a wolf. I don't know. Actually, this feels like a wolf to me. This feels like a wolf. It's a doggo. Doggo girl, best girl. When it attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Magnolia, I don't like me talking about this deck right now. Gets power plus 5. If you did end of the turn, it retires. End of turn. At the end of a turn. How do I feel about this? So it revives itself for a cost. Energy Boss 2 is interesting because you're not automatically being 3. You're not wasting all your energy for turn. But still is a cost to revive it. It's whatever. Say what you will. You could plus 5 it, which is okay. I mean, combo this with it being a back row attacker, or combo this with the Mates with you that we just went over. I finally said the card name. And get more power off it. Okay. Retire end of turn. I don't like that sentence. I like if you just call this and don't use that skill to get the power, it's good. Once again. Actually, hold on. Let me double check Magnolia real quick. Because, say, once again, the whole gimmick on Magnolia is that you have a defensive skill. With all your Letia Mates getting the power of power. Where is H? Show me H, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Megumi. Okay. Yeah, it's not in hand. So you do want to keep this on the field. Like, there's no point in sacking this card ever unless it's in the back row anyways, in which case you're not going to be able to guard with it because it doesn't get intercept or anything. But, yeah. Not fired. I just don't like the fact that it retires. I don't like the fact that it retires unless you exclusively use this as backer attacker, not bouncing back to hand. It's like Wolf Girl out of 10. I don't know. Moving on. Alpina. Welcome back, my llama. Llama duck. Do you guys remember Llama Duck, or am I actually just old? Amaze Alpin. First skill. Continuous Vanguard. If during your turn, tongue-tied. Last hippie. Once again, give me 10 billion subs. Gamer subs, hook me up. I don't know. Got the Mori Calliope Cup. Shout out, best Hall live streamer. Also, shout out to her album that just dropped. Go listen to it. During your turn, if you got a grade 3 or greater Magnolia, this gets power plus 5. If you have grade 4, Magnolia gets power plus 10. Yes. This is classic Alpine. It literally, you can see the original card right here. Can I zoom in on it? We do this real quick. This is going to be the weirdest thing ever. Hold on. Yes! You can see it gets power. There you go. And then it gets a thing where let's see counter charge and soul charge. Both of these words are right here. Needle Mosquito. Read the actual effect, I suppose. As you shrink down. Shrink down some more, please. 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 Almost there. There you go. At the end of the battle on the rear guard, that this attack, if you got grade 3 or greater Magnolia, cost Energy Blast 3. Retire this card. Cost counter. Then you counter charge 1 and soul charge 1. So you pay a cost to get back 2 other costs. Interesting. Kind of sucks that we just went over card that Energy Blast, but would you rather this or the other one? Enough said. Alpin out of 10. Welcome back, Alpin. He used to be one of the best cards in traditional Magnolia. Still one of the best cards in New Magnolia. I don't know. 20k attacker that gives you back resources. Solid. And once again, like, if I say anything about attacker, keep in mind this could also attack the back row with extra power. Getting towards the end. Hi, Lattice. Yep, I'm back. That's like a chipmunk girl or something. I don't know. Tanuki. She's a Tanuki. Except not really. A Tanuki would be different. Drops zone auto ability. Wind is fucking to revive itself. When your ability is placed during the ride phase, if you don't have rear guard, same name as your student, you may call it to rear guard, and then he gets power plus 5 till turn. Maple. This is a great one, Maple, for Lyrical Monasterio. Okay, I don't think Maggie ever ran Maple, but there you go. Then rear guard continuous, if you have a grade 3 Magnolia, gets intercept, and can intercept from back row. There you go, this is what you do. This is how you design a card for the archetype that says everything in the archetype gets shield. Give things more shield and let them stay on the board. So they could, shield from anywhere. This is probably one of the better cards for the deck right now. Means like it's basic. It is basic plus 5 attack / booster that just gets intercept. But I mean, once again, you don't care. If you're making numbers off your other skills, you're making extra attacks off your other skills, so you can keep in the background and have it chill out. And it's a free unit that could, intercept with your gimmick of your intercepts having more shield. Solid. Tanuki at 10. No, glasses out of 10. There we go. Glasses out of 10. That's how I'll rate it. Glasses. Still counts. Getting towards the end, ladies and gentlemen. I think we only have a couple cards left. That's definitely one. Is it really one? No, so sad. Last card of the stream. We're about to have to outro and stuff. Real quick, if you guys enjoy this, you want to help support me on the channel, check out my page on TCG Player, or I do have a Patreon now. Shout out to my first patron that I got this month. Awesome. Alright, so last card, unfortunately. Thank you guys for sticking around with me for the last hours and a half. We have Ledia Mates Deliash, who is... I don't know what kind of animal you are. You got horns, ears... Looking at the picture. I don't know what kind of animal she is. Kind of has fish ears. This might be some horny fish, I don't know. Let's place on rear guard auto counter blast 1. Check the top cards of your deck equal number of Ledia Mates, including Vanguard. On the field? I assume like on field. Of your units, yeah. So you're bored. So potentially up to 6. Choose up to 1 card among them, put them into your hand, and you shuffle your deck. Do not reveal. This is important. Do not reveal. This is pretty good. CB1 check top X up to 6, and you can add anything. It doesn't have to be a Lady Mates. Doesn't have to be a Moon or whatever. You can grab a Perfect Guard off it. You could grab if you need some more shield and didn't see a Perfect Guard, like Special Front or another Ledium. Well, you'd grab a Ledium Mates anyways in that case, but the one card that's really good is Strega. Help me 4 more Stregas. I don't know. I've only got 2 right now, but that's yeah. You get the point. You get good pieces. Anything. You get anything. It doesn't have to be an archetype. Pretty good. Card would be great for that skill alone. Let's take a look at this last skill that we're going to talk about for the day. Auto Vanguard when it attacks if you got a Great Feat or Greater Magnolia. It's power plus 5 to the turn. Then cost, put this into soul. Choose one of your Vanguards. Return to hand. Ooh, okay. And the battle? At the end of that battle. Okay. So it's pretty good. We talked before about Magnolia having a soul blast skill. Magnolia had a soul blast skill. One of the point cards did. And it was definitely Magnolia. So, soul refilling is good. Very good also. You soul refilled in order to bounce a card back to your hand. And that card potentially get more shield because it's probably a Ledium Mates card that you already attack with. And in doing that, you're also getting a plus power attack, which, once again, 5 attack deck that can attack from back row. Do I need to say any more? Good way to end stream out of 10. Hey, Delilah. I don't know. So, let us move on to the outro, I believe. That's how these work, right? I don't know, I need to stream more. If you guys have enjoyed, are at the end. This is why I want to get co-hosts on these. So we get to the point where I just start babbling to myself. I don't know. If you guys enjoy this kind of stream, make sure to subscribe for more content that'll be coming your way. As this goes live, I already have planned 2 videos. One being edited right now. We're doing a Pokemon video because I want to try and bring some more Pokemon TCG back to the channel, or just in general. Like, this is a card game channel, card game and coaster content. You see up there on the banner. Does not mean just Vanguard. Yes, Vanguard is my main game, but does not mean just Vanguard. So, I'm working on some Pokemon stuff for you guys in the future. Stuff like that. And of course, like I said, spoilers, my birthday is next week on Valentine's Day. So everyone comment down below happy birthday, subscribe, or whatever. But because that, we're doing the deck for Best Girl. Already mentioned a couple times, Ruka. Best, absolutely. Get me Ruka in this life. And she plays a certain deck, a certain Future Fairy, that I had been testing out a lot. And honestly, like, I think it's gone to a point. Like, I don't know if I'd take it to the BCS point, but it X1's consistently. It is clear, so cannot wait to post that as you start recording and editing it, and of course, at the end of the video, come with some more stuff. You know how content goes. It never ends. But if you guys enjoyed these videos, make sure to subscribe if you want to help support me on this channel so I can get more stuff. My mic died out halfway through, so I need a better lab mic. I don't know. Second monitor, so I'm not just looking at the phone the whole time. You know how it is. Give me that sweet Patreon money. It goes towards the channel. Or if you just want to buy some trading card game stuff, I got a channel on TCG Player / Scavenge. But if you guys here long enough, thank you for watching. See you next time. And always embrace the infinite. That's why I usually cut off the video, but I have to actually stop streaming. No behind the scenes magic. By the way, this is what I share on my Patreon. Get on content. So if you want to see this as an actual video instead of just what I've written it down to, get some of these shenanigans. Anyways, bye. Super Bowl Sunday or something. I don't know.